I'm here in Belgrade, Serbia, a very underrated city located here in the Balkans, here in Europe. There are a lot of cool different attractions here, lots of great history, and lots of great food as well too. And I'm here to tell you why Belgrade is a city you must visit in Europe. Hey everyone, Scott Mann, and welcome to Belgrade, Serbia. We're starting off here in Republic Square. This is the main square located here in the heart of the old town here in Belgrade. And of course, this is over here is where we have the National Museum, the National Theater. And it's a great place to start your Belgrade adventure. As a matter of fact, we'll check out the National Museum later in this video. But the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to head over to Belgrade Fortress. Let's go ahead and head over there next. So we're almost to the fortress now, but just before that, this is Tasmajdan Park. It's a beautiful park. Lots of great places to sit down and just enjoy the day. All right, and now we've made it to our first big attraction here. Although this is just a small part of it. This is the Belgrade Fortress. This is probably the most visited attraction or tourist attraction in all of Belgrade. And like, why not? Because the fortress is absolutely beautiful. This has been around for centuries, although for what I've read, the Citadel was destroyed over 40 times, and there's been around 115 different battles over the centuries, but still it's really cool. And I think a lot of the architecture that's still standing today was basically constructed back during the times when the Ottomans were in control, and also Austria-Hungary. But yeah, with the fortress, it even dates back to the days of the Celts and the Romans too. Over here near the military equipment is the Torture Museum, which houses a lot of medieval torture devices used back in the old days. Some of these devices look quite gruesome. Nearby is the Military Museum. Unfortunately, it was closed when I was there. Inside here is the Roman Well. Contrary to the name, this well was actually built when Austria occupied Belgrade from 1717 to 1731. It was constructed around the time the fortress was being reconstructed by the Austrians. And this is probably my favorite part of the upper part of the fortress. We got a beautiful overlook, which on the other side of the River Sava, you got New Belgrade. But also where the fortress is, this is where the River Sava as well as the Danube both meet. Because yeah, what's cool is that Belgrade is on the Danube, just like how cities like Budapest is, for example, and also Vienna. And of course, as we look down, that is the lower part of the fortress. That's where we'll head next. And over here, this is the large gunpowder magazine. Unfortunately, I can't go in because it looks like it's closed for the year. This is the Nebojša Tower, which is the largest and most preserved tower of the fortress. It was built around 1460 and was used to defend the entrance to the fortress from intruders. But the fortress fell to the Ottomans in 1521. That was pretty cool. But not only, of course, you got the beautiful fortress, but there's also some really cool museums. Some very high-quality museums located here in Belgrade. And what's nice is that they're very affordable. They're not the price of the museums you see in London or Paris or Vienna or anything like that. So let's go check out the first museum to learn some more about some of the more recent history of Belgrade and the former Yugoslavia. Let's head to the Museum of Yugoslavia. On the way there, we passed by the former Yugoslav Ministry of Defense, which was targeted by NATO in 1999 during the Yugoslav Wars. We finally made it to the Museum of Yugoslavia. In the courtyard is a statue of the long-serving leader of the former Yugoslavia, Josip Broz Tito. He ruled Yugoslavia from 1945 until 1980 when he passed away. The first building here houses a lot of photos, art, historical documents, and other items from the Yugoslav days. Also located here is the House of Flowers. The House of Flowers is where Tito's resting place is. Back at Republic Square where we started this video, and this is the National Museum, which opened up in 1903. It is a very cool art museum. It got works from the great Yugoslav sculptor Ivan Mestrovic, as well as other great European art from France, Italy, the Netherlands, etc., dating back to the 18th and 19th century, as well as some great Serbian art too. And right next door, it's not really a museum, but it's the National Theater, where you can go to watch some great musicals, plays, operas, etc. Over in New Belgrade, across the river Sava, is a highly acclaimed art museum, the Museum of Contemporary Art. And over here, this is another cool museum to check out here in Belgrade. This is the Nikola Tesla Museum. This opened up back in 1955, and it's a museum which dedicates to the life of famous Serbian scientist Nikola Tesla, and also features a lot of his different inventions that he created over the years too. A little fun fact too. Later in his life, Tesla moved to New York City in the United States. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go inside because they don't allow filming for like YouTube or anything like that. So, but still, it's a cool museum you have to check out though. That museum was pretty cool, I have to say. But now we'll transition to parks. So another reason why you need to check out Belgrade are all the beautiful parks throughout the city. We already featured one earlier in the video, which was Tasmajdan Park over at the Fortress. But over here, this is Tasmajdan Park. This is a beautiful park with a lot of great areas just to sit down, enjoy the fresh breeze. There's even a play area for the kids, and lots of green space to walk around in too. And over here, this is St. Mark Orthodox Church, another beautiful Orthodox church here in Belgrade, located at the northwestern end of Tasmajdan Park. This is a beautiful park. Belgrade has a lot of beautiful parks. With this one, and as well as Tasmajdan Park, some of the most beautiful parks in the city, at least that I've been to. Let's talk about some of the different famous streets and also areas where you can do some shopping, and also some locations, some restaurants too. And another reason why you have to visit Belgrade is that you have a lot of cool streets and neighborhoods throughout the city. We're starting off here at what's called the Bohemian Quarter, or Skadarlija. And one of the things to do in Skadarlija is walk down a Skadarska Street. If you go down Skadarska Street, you got a lot of cool different restaurants, including one which I cover in a restaurant tour. And if you come here at night, especially at the restaurants, you'll get to even hear some live music. Alright, so yeah, that was really cool. So let's go check out another very famous street here in Belgrade. And if you're looking for a street with a lot of shopping, restaurants, galleries, and cafes, this is Kneza Mihaila. This is a very busy pedestrian walkway which connects Republic Square over that way all the way over to the Fortress. You can even see some street vendors here too. This is really cool. A lot of people here, but it's really cool just to walk along here and do some people watching and just admire some of the architecture here. A lot of the architecture dates back to the late 19th century. It almost makes me feel like that we're walking in Vienna right now. And there's even this shopping center too. You got even a terrace way up there where you can have something to eat and drink and get some cool views. All right, so let's go check out another cool street. So we'll continue our walk going southeast of the Nikola
Passage Square, which is where we had the really nice statue of Passage himself. And over here, this is the old palace. Currently, this is where the Belgrade City Assembly is located. And if you see that balcony over there too, that is where major Serbian athletes, after winning a major championship, get to celebrate with the people. Most famous example being when Novak Djokovic, famous tennis player from Serbia, who is the greatest tennis player of all time, by the way. He got to celebrate with the people of Belgrade at that balcony over there after winning Wimbledon in 2022. And that building over there, that is the National Assembly for the Republic of Serbia. So that is where Serbia's parliament is housed in. And that is the new palace, and that is where the president of Serbia resides. This is Kralja Milana, and we got a lot of different stores along this road here. Apparently there's a special event going on here today, so they're not allowing any cars on this road right now, so it makes this even more peaceful. And over here, this is Yugoslavia Square, and very beautiful square, I have to say. And what's really cool is that over there you can even see a McDonald's. For what I learned from a group tour I went on yesterday, that's apparently the first McDonald's which opened up in Serbia. And unlike when the first McDonald's opened up in Moscow and Russia, there weren't these extremely long lines going up to the McDonald's or anything. And over here, this is the St. Sava Temple. This is one of the most beautiful churches in all of Serbia. It is a massive church. You can even see it all the way back over by Hotel Moskva even. But it's even still under construction a little bit too, but it looks like you can go inside. That was beautiful. Of all the Orthodox churches I've been in, that's probably the best one I've ever been in. It's very beautiful inside, all the beautiful works of art in there. Just amazing. Alright, so now we're gonna head back that way and we'll talk about hotels next. And if you're looking for a place to stay here in Belgrade, there are a lot of hotels and hostels all throughout the city. One of the most famous hotels is the Hotel Moskva, which was built back in 1908, and it's decorated in the Art Nouveau style. There are 123 rooms inside, and there's been some very famous guests who have stayed at the hotel, including but not limited to Alfred Hitchcock, Robert De Niro, Albert Einstein, etc. And also part of the Hotel Moskva, you have a very popular cafe, Cafe Moskva. For what I've heard, it's supposed to be one of the best cafes in all of Belgrade. What's nice too is that they play a lot of piano music there too. And of course, another cool thing about Belgrade is that you get amazing food. There's a lot of great Serbian classics that you can get at many different restaurants, and also there's also different international restaurants too. A common example is their cevapcici or cevapi, which is a signature dish here in Serbia, and also same case with the kajmak, which is like a clotted cream, and the ivar, which is like a red pepper sauce. And another cool thing to do here in Belgrade is to check out some other different areas outside of downtown, or at least the immediate downtown. I'm over here in Novi Beograd, or New Belgrade. This is a pretty huge, more modern area to the west of the river Sava. Got a lot of residences over here, a lot of stores, even a big shopping center, and there's also a big arena too. We'll go by this arena while we're over here. And one cool thing about New Belgrade is you got this very large arena. This is the Stark Arena. This was completed back in 2004, and it's a big home for sports, culture, events, exhibitions, etc. And so like you can see a lot of huge concerts in here, and also a lot of great sporting events. This stadium could hold anywhere from between 2,000 to 20,000 spectators. That's pretty cool. When exploring a new city, it's like you have to check out many different parts of the city, not just the inner core of the downtown where everybody tends to go to. It's good to get a good exposure to the city, especially if you're looking to live here one day or just to reside here for maybe like a couple months. But yeah, I've been really enjoying my time here in Belgrade. It's a very, very cool city, very underrated. I highly recommend checking out Belgrade at some point. This is a part of a trip I'm doing not only to Serbia, where I also went to Novi Sad, beautiful city by the way, highly recommend checking out Novi Sad, but also going to Rome as well too at the very end of this trip to Europe. I'm not sure why many people don't go to Serbia, because it's a beautiful country. It's like when I was telling people I was going to Serbia and Rome, it's like they tune out Serbia and it's like, oh, Rome, that sounds amazing. It's like, you have to give Serbia a chance. It's a beautiful place. You have to check out Serbia. But yeah, so Belgrade is absolutely fantastic. Lots of great food, very cool attractions right in downtown, very walkable. People are very friendly, and you can get by pretty well with just English, because I don't really know Serbian other than just the key survival phrases, which will come in handy by the way. And of course a lot of hotels too. There's even the major hotel chains that I've seen, like Hilton and Crown Point, Hyatt, Courtyard by Marriott, etc. One thing I will warn you about though is that there is a really good public transportation system here. The only thing is it's not really that easy to buy a bus pass or a ticket. Because yeah, the only place you can really go to other than paying the driver for a single ride is to go to one of the kiosks all throughout the city and purchase a bus ticket through there. So they don't have like machines that you see like in other European cities. But you never know, that could come into play in the future. Belgrade is very affordable, because I was able to get a 4-star hotel in downtown Belgrade for the price of a 2-star hotel back in the States. And less than that even. The food has been really affordable too. It's like if you're looking for a great budget-friendly destination in Europe, Belgrade is a great place to visit. Oh, one more thing I almost forgot. Yeah, Belgrade's supposed to have some of the best nightlife in all of Europe too. So if you're really into partying all night, Belgrade is party central. I've had such a great time here in Belgrade. And a great way to conclude the adventure here is just to walk along the river Sava. See all the different boats sailing along the river. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this visit to Belgrade, Serbia as much as I have. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the subscribe button to come along and join me for the adventure, and don't forget to click that notification bell so that we know when a new video goes live. Well, thanks for watching. This is Scott of the Scott Man signing out here from Belgrade.